can this battery-powered air compressor fill up 4 off-road tires on a single battery charge.
What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Evolved Jeeping channel. My name is Dan, and on today's video, as you might have saw in the intro, we are going to be taking a look at the Autoone JWA1 jump starter with air compressor. This is basically a battery-powered 4,000 amp booster pack that gives you the ability to jump start your vehicle in the event your battery dies. Not only is this a jump starter, but it also has a built-in 150 PSI air compressor that gives you the ability to inflate your vehicle's tires, as well as you can also go ahead and inflate bicycle tires, sports balls, and inflatable toys. And this unit doesn't stop there, because it also has some built-in secondary features, which include an LED light for some illuminating options, as well as it also can be used as a power bank to charge some mobile devices. This unit actually goes for $129, and as usual, what I'll do is put a link below that you can click on to check it out for yourself. I also recommend that you check out the Autoone website, because Autoone is actually known for their aftermarket LED light bulbs. This unit is actually just a secondary product that they happen to have available, but if you are someone who still does have halogen light bulbs in your vehicle, you can actually head over to the Autoone website and find some light bulbs for Jeep Wrangler, or find some light bulbs for any other vehicle you may have. On today's video, our plan is to actually go ahead and unbox the Autoone JWA1 to show you guys what it comes with. While we're doing that, we're also going to go ahead and show you guys how to use the device. Once we finish doing that, we're then going to go ahead and conduct a little test. The test we're going to do is not for the jump starter, because unfortunately fortunately, the battery in my Jeep is good, so I have no real reason to jump start it. The test we're going to actually do is for the air compressor. What we're going to go ahead and do is test the air compressor to see if it can actually inflate 4 38-inch tires on a single battery charge. I think this is going to be good, because this is going to give me the ability to determine if this unit is actually something I would recommend to fellow Jeepers who are looking for a device or product that they can use to inflate their tires after hitting a trail. Even if this item can't do it, that's not going to be a big deal. We're still going to go ahead and test it out, show you guys what it does, because this item still might be a good item that I would recommend to anybody who has a daily driver and is looking for a backup solution to have in their vehicle to help with either inflating a tire or jump starting their vehicle. And of course, guys, after we've conducted that test, what I'll do to wrap this video up is I'll actually go ahead and give you guys my overall thoughts and opinions about this product to hopefully help you determine if you want to go ahead and purchase one for yourself. Now that you know what we're going to do on today's video, let's go ahead and flip this camera around and show you guys what this product comes with. So the first thing I want to take a look at is the packaging for this product. So Autoone uses a blue and white color scheme with a yellow accent on their packaging. On the front, they have their Autoone logo across the top. Then they have a line work image of the product, and then the product description, and then the model number. On the small sides, they actually do all blue sides with their Autoone logo in a white and yellow color scheme. So they have that on that side, and then the same thing on the other. On the long sides, they actually have 2 different things listed on both sides. On this side, they list out the 4 main features. So you have your jump starter, air inflation tool, power bank, and LED lighting. On the other side, they actually have 5 symbols listed here, which are used to represent what you can use this device for. So you can use it for lawnmowers, motorcycles, cars, SUVs, and trucks. On the back of this product, we actually have an all black back with a actual image of the item itself, which is really nice because it gives you the ability to turn this around and see what this product actually looks like without actually having to take it out of the box. On the top, they have their Autoone logo. Then they have their description of the product, model number, and then some specs. On the specs, they list out the capacity, which is 29.6 watts. They also list out the start voltage, which is used for jump starting, which is 12 volts. I should also mention that this unit can actually be used to jump start a 10-liter gas engine or an 8-liter diesel engine. They also list out the max range for the inflation pressure, which is 150 psi, which I've already mentioned. Then they list out the charging input, so basically the power that comes into it. I believe they listed 3 here, which is 5 volts, 9 volts, 12 volts, and the reason they probably did that is because of the different voltages across the world, so it gives you the ability to use this in different places. USB output, or USB output power, which is going to be 5 volts or 2.4 amps. This should work for the majority of the mobile devices that you would want to plug to charge into this, so that's great. And then they list out the charging time, which is about 2.5 hours. On the bottom here, they just have some information about the brand. So they have their website, their support email, and then they have the required governing labels here, as well as listing that it's made in China. Over here on this side, just a product sticker, which lists out the product number, USB or UPC code, and then just little information. This is great to see that have this because it gives you the ability to use this in a retail space. Overall, guys, really happy about the way the packaging looks. It's not super high-end. You know, a lot of the high-end brands use all black, so it's nice to see something that pops on the shelf. If you were to purchase this item to put it on a retail, it's nice to see that they've thought about that. They didn't just put it in a nice brown box. They put it in something that you can put on a shelf to display and get people's attention to purchase. Now that we've gone ahead with the packaging, let's go ahead and open this unit up to see the product. So I do want to mention, guys, that I have opened this item before because I did charge it because I wanted to make sure it was fully charged for a test. So it has been opened, but I'll still show you guys what we got. So the first thing it takes out is a case. This is technically a hard case because it does have some, you know, firmness to it. Really nice case, I think. It's going to be really nice to have this so you can throw it in your vehicle and know the item isn't going to get damaged. On the front, they have an Autoone logo that's been printed on there. They've used blue trim around the zipper, and then they have a blue hanger to be able to hold the device. When you open up the device, the case is actually divided into 2 components. You can see things have kind of come out, but you've got one side here, which has a mesh pocket to hold all the accessories. And then you've got another side that is separated by this neoprene shell to protect the product that holds the actual device. What we're going to do is take a look at the device first and go through its features. So the device is this, you know, you can see how big it is. It's about, I want to say, maybe 7 inches tall, maybe 4 inches wide, and maybe 2.5 inches in depth. It is a plastic molded case, which has some nice design elements to it. It does have this gloss surface on the front, and you can see here, there's a little bit of an, I can tell that the LCD screen is right behind here, so that's where everything is going to illuminate when we turn it on. This screen does have a protective screen cover on it. We'll pull that off eventually, but for now we'll leave it on. You have your buttons here, you know, indicating power. You have some nice design elements, Autoone logo, so really nice. On the sides, on this side here, we have 2 little cap plugs, which are covered by rubber seals. So you pull that off and it reveals the USB-C port, which is used to charge the device. Then you have your USB port, which is used to charge other devices. So that's where you plug it in. I think you can also plug USB-C in here to charge as well. So you can use both. It's nice that they have a cover to keep that from anything from getting in it. Then you have some vents here, which I'm assuming are intake vents for air, so that's going to be nice to use. You've then got another plug here, which if you put your finger under there, you can pop it open. This is where the cables are going to go for jump starting. They go right into that, so that's your engine jump starting cables. On the bottom, we got nothing here, just some design elements. On the other side, we have some more air ventilation ports, and then we have the attachment point for the air line for the pump, and it does say a hot symbol because this area will get warm with air going in and out when the compressor is in use. On the top, we have our LED lights. That's where your LED light's going to be. And then on the back side, we basically have just some more information, some specs, capacity, just the general legal stuff that they have on the back. It is screwed together, so there is screws here that would, you know, if you ever had to open it, you could probably do that, but most likely and hopefully we won't have to do that. So now let's go ahead and fire this up to show you guys how it works. So first you're going to do is press and hold this to turn it on. Once it turns on, there's going to be 4 bars across the top. That is your battery life, so indicating 4 means it's fully charged. To get into different modes, what you have to do is you press the mode button, and that takes you to the air compressor, which flashes a PSI right there. That is actually your PSI that you can set to what you want to fill it up to. So right now we're actually on car mode here and PSI. So if we want to change the PSI, all we have to do is press up and down to change the PSI. So we're going to set this to 35. It starts flashing and then it will flip to 0. That means it's ready to go. To engage the air compressor, all you have to do is hit the power button and it turns on. Press again to turn it off. To change the preset modes, because there's actually memory in this system. So right now it's on the car mode. If I press the mode again, it switches to motorcycle, and then you can see a PSI that you can set for motorcycles. You can then press it again and you'll get bicycles. So you can set the PSI for the bicycles, click it one more time and you get sports balls. So really cool that you can have memory for each of the items you want to use. So we go back to car. The next thing you can do is you can press and hold it and it's going to change the PSI to bars. So you can see the bar level, press and hold it again. It's going to switch it to kPAs, then press and hold it again, and it's going to switch it to kilograms per centimeter squared. I'm going to go back to PSI because that's what I'm used to, so we're going to leave it on PSI. Yeah, so pretty straightforward in that factor. To turn on the light, which is this button right here, all you're going to do is press it once, and it turns on the light, and that means that it's full. If you press it again, it's gonna go into a flashing mode. This mode is actually SOS, so this is giving you an SOS symbol. Then you press it one more time, and it's gonna go into more of a rapid, just blinking feature. And then if you press it one more time, it just turns it off. Now that I've gone over the box and you know how it works, let's take a look at the accessories that come with this product. So the first accessory you have is the jumper cables. So on one end of this cable, you have your terminal connections, which is your red is for positive, black for negative. On the other end, you have this little box here that has the connections that go into the side of the booster box. So right here, you're gonna open this up, and then all you have to do is simply take this end, which has a D shape and a round shape, and you're gonna slide it into the correct openings. Once you've done that, on the front, you will get a flashing LED light, which here is flashing green. On the back of this charging cable, it actually lists out all the different possible lights. So if the light is blinking green, it means that the jumper cable is connected right and your time to connect, or the cable is connected right, and you can go ahead and connect it to the battery. If it is bright green, solid green, it means that the connection is right, meaning that you have the terminals on the right thing, and you can go ahead and start the engine. If the light is blinking or flashing green, it means that the connection has timed out, and what you need to do is reconnect this to the battery to restart it so that it would go back to a solid bright green light. If the light is blinking red or beeping, it means that there's some issues going on, and it means either the jump starter power is low, so it means there's no battery left, so you can't go anything, so it means go recharge it, or it means that your connection is wrong, meaning you put the negative on the positive and the positive on the negative, and it means that you need to disconnect that and reconnect it correctly so that it goes back to green, and then you can go ahead and start it. Yeah, so that's pretty much that main thing. It also means that sometimes there's also a thing that the jumper cables can go over temperature. So if some reason the cables are high in temperature, you actually have to let everything cool down before trying it again. So it's great that they have information here, and it's really cool that they have an LED light built right in here that gives you that information. So it makes this device pretty much idiot-proof. You can't really screw it up. The next accessory we have is your main air line, or for the air system for the inflation tool. So this is designed to simply thread into the pump location, so you just thread that in. And then this end is designed to clamp onto the valve for your tires so that you clamp it on and then you can fill it up. So really nice that they give you this. Pretty decent length. I wouldn't mind a little bit longer just because I have off-road tires, but for most other tires, this should work fine. Then what comes with this is a bag full of different tips that you can use. So you have a tip for sports balls, you have 2 tips for inflating like inflation tools, and then you have this other tip here that is used for like an adapter for something. The last cord that you have is this cord right here, which is a USB to USB-C cord. This is used to charge the device or to charge your other devices on the power bank. So you can plug this into the USB and then charge other devices, or you can plug this into a wall and charge the device. And then the last thing that I want to show you guys that this comes with is, of course, one of the most important things is a quick user manual. It gives you all the information you need about this, including warranty and quick start. So this is also nice that they give you that. So now that you guys know what this device comes with and how it works, let's jump over to show you guys what we're going to do for the test. So guys, the goal of this test is to see if this unit can actually fill up 4 tires on a single charge. To do this, what we're going to be doing is inflating all 4 of our tires up to 35 psi, which means this unit is actually going to have to put 15 psi into each of the tires. The reason it's going to be 15 psi is because what I've already gone ahead and done is deflated all 4 of my tires to 20 psi. 20 psi is the typical psi that I would run when I'm on a trail. The reason I do 20 psi and not 10 psi is because I actually don't have true bead locks, and 20 psi is a safe psi to run so that I don't run the risk of debeading. So 15 psi is actually going to be a lot of air that this little unit is going to have to put into this 38-inch tire. So it's really going to be interesting to see how good this unit lasts and how long the battery does before it runs out. Hopefully it makes it through all of them, but even if it doesn't, at least we'll be able to see how long it does last. To do this test, what I'm going to be doing is running a little time-lapse video where I'm going to simply take this unit, attach it to each of the tires, set the PSI to 35, and hit start. Again, this is going to be a time-lapse, so it's going to be put into a fast pace. So what I'm actually going to do is put a time lapse on the video so that you guys can see how long it actually takes to inflate a tire, so you get an understanding of how effective this unit also is. So now that you know what we're going to do, let's just simply go ahead and put this unit onto the tires to see how long the battery lasts. So guys, unfortunately, the test did come to an end. As you saw, this little unit was only able to fill 2 tires, which technically does mean it failed the test, but that isn't a bad thing because I was kind of asking this little device to do a lot. You know, 15 PSI in 4 tires is a lot of air to move on one single battery charge. This unit did make it through 2 tires, which totaled a total of 30 PSI, which actually really isn't bad considering what this item is. As soon as I finished that second tire, the battery indication light was on 1, it was flashing, and it really wasn't gonna make it through another tire, so I didn't even bother putting it onto the third one because I figured that would just be a waste of time. Overall, still impressive. It does mean that I can't really recommend this to a fellow Jeeper who is looking to use this device to inflate their tires after being on the trail. But just because it failed this test doesn't mean I wouldn't recommend it to a daily driver who wants to use this device as a backup solution to have in their vehicle. Especially with a daily driver, you don't tend to have to put 15 PSI in each of the tires. Usually, you know, when you transition from summer to winter, you only have to put like maybe 4 or 5 PSI in your vehicle. So this unit would be able to do it on a single charge without an issue. So for a daily driver, great little unit to have. Also, on a daily driver, if your battery goes dead, you now have a backup solution that gives you the ability to boost your vehicle so that you can get your vehicle moving and get it to a location to get a new battery if your battery is getting bad. So definitely think this is a great little, you know, accessory to have in a vehicle. I think it'd be a great gift to give to people, but to a fellow Jeeper, if you're going to use it to inflate your tires after trail, this is definitely not the solution. It's more of a thing just to have in your vehicle for when you do need to use it. Overall, guys, as I said, pretty impressed by this product. I do like this item. The reason I like this item is because, you know, it's a nice compact product, and it also comes with this hard case. The hard case is pretty much the main reason I like it when I compare it to the previous one that I reviewed. And the reason is because the previous one I used had a soft case, which held all the items. But unfortunately, when you had it throwing around in your vehicle, sometimes the buttons on the front would get pressed and either the light would turn on or the compressor would turn on, and then the battery of the unit would drain. But with this unit, because it's got the hard case, I can ensure that this unit won't get accidentally pressed, and means the battery will be available when I need to use it. So that's like the main reason that I like this unit, and is probably the reason I'm gonna keep this unit in my Jeep so that when I do need to use it, I will have it available. At this point, guys, I am gonna wrap this video up. If you have any questions or comments about this video or the product or anything, feel free to post them below. I'll do the best to answer them. As usual, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Keep evolving, and we'll see you guys on the next video.